Hey, what up guys? This is your boy Zach coming to you with our second ever Millennial Media video. We're going to be doing a personality analysis of the two nominees, Clinton and Trump. We're going to be using the SoulDNA as the basis for this analysis, so we're going to be going through their 7 personality traits to see what makes them, basically. Welcome to the video, welcome to the team. Let's dive right in and see what their SoulDNAs are.
Millennial Media.
Yo, shout out to Ghosty for the sweet intro. Ghosty is our co-host, and he is a ghosty, so please be nice to him. He will be chiming in with his charming commentary throughout the video, so enjoy that if you can. For anybody who's still unsure about what the SoulDNA actually is, we'll put a link up right here. And you can watch that video to get a more in-depth explanation about what it is and how it works. But basically all you need to know for this video is everybody or every soul has 7 personality traits that make them who they are. So this video we're going to talk about what are Donald Trump's and what are Hillary Clinton's traits in their SoulDNA and how would that affect their leadership as president. So your first personality trait is your chakra. This is measuring how do you vibe. It's essentially measuring how mature are your spirit energies, and if your life was a book, what would the theme or the plot of your book be about? What are the central lessons in this lifetime? So the 7 types of chakras are root, sacral, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, and crown chakra. Now, it's pretty safe to say that both Clinton and Trump are solar plexus chakras. The solar plexus is generally focused on a life of success and being a winner, and that can vary from soul to soul. For example, it can usually take the form of fame, wealth, power, success, glory, legacy, things like that. For Hillary, we believe her solar plexus chakra is fixated on power, and we believe for Trump, it's fixated on glory and legacy. That's why Trump is so attached to his brand, because for him, the brand is a reflection of his level of glory, which is a reflection of his level of success, which is then a reflection of his own view of his self-worth. So their second personality trait is their soul role, or their mindset. Essentially, this trait is measuring how do you see the world as a whole, and how do you see your role within that greater world. And the 7 soul role or mindset types are warrior, king, scholar, healer, sage, priest, and artisan. Miss Clinton we believe to be a warrior. Warriors view the world as a battlefield. There are challenges, and it is up to the warrior to get the mission accomplished. That means they have the highest tolerance for pain and adversity, and they actually thrive off of difficult situations because it's where they shine the most. We can see Hillary's relentless defense principles iconically at work back in her lawyer days. At their best, warriors do whatever it takes to get the job done. At their worst, warriors do whatever it takes to get the job done, whether that's ethical or whatever means they use. Warrior types generally seem tough, focused, and can sometimes even seem too serious, so Clinton fits the bill here. Trump, we believe to be a king soul. Kings view the world as their realm or their kingdom, which explains the Trump empire. Like warriors, kings are action-oriented souls, meaning they prefer to take action and get things done. However, if the warriors fight the battles, kings wage the wars. They like to take a step back and be the masterminds, the maestros, and the CEOs of the entire operation, organizing their subjects and their team to execute their plans rather than taking things head-on themselves. At their best, kings can empower everybody and embody true leadership to accomplish great goals. At their worst, kings can often become tyrant-like or bully-like in order to cling on to their own power and sense of control. Kings naturally exude a sense of competence, authority, and confidence, which we know Trump pretty much has in spades. All in all, we would recommend the king trait for the presidency here. This is because while they both prefer to take action, the kings like to do it on a broad scale. And delegate other people to help them as well, as opposed to warriors who generally like to take things head on themselves. They may get bogged down in specific issues or challenges. But Theodore Roosevelt was a warrior president, so although we'll give Trump the win for this trait, we will throw Hilldog some points too. So their third trait here is their goal. Your goal trait is measuring what do you want out of life. What do you feel like you're lacking and you need to get more of in your life? The 7 goals are dominance, devotion, defiance, acceptance, growth, simplification, and flow. For both Trump and Hillary, we believe they share a goal of dominance. Having a goal of dominance means you want to call the shots. You want to be the one who controls the destiny of your own life and often the lives of others, as well as the circumstances you find yourselves in. Now, this may sound like the king trait, but real quick, the king is always a natural leader. This does not necessarily mean the king wants to lead. In fact, if a king doesn't have a goal of domination, they might not want to. For example, a king with a goal of devotion, defiance, or acceptance would not want to lead, unless they felt it was their duty or for some other reason. In this case, though, Trump is supercharged because he has both. He is a natural-born leader from his king trait, but he also has this immense desire to lead and dominate, which is why he's supercharged. This emphasis is even further heightened by his solar plexus trait, as well as Hillary with her dominance and her solar plexus trait. Now, Hillary is a warrior with a goal of dominance, which means she wants to lead her battles herself. Her current battle is a combination of becoming president and championing women's rights, which really is going to mean she wants to become a heroic figure in human history for women and women's rights. For those with a goal of dominance, fulfillment comes from having the power, influence, and control to decide one's own fate, often the fate of others, and the outcomes of the world around them. Now, their element is their 4th trait. Bang. The element is measuring how do we make decisions in life. The 4 element types could be earth, water, fire, and air. Fire, we believe that Hillary and Trump are both fires, and fires make decisions based on 3 key factors. Number 1, what do they want personally? What do they desire? Number 2, what is the strategic decision to make in this moment to move me closer to my goal? And number 3, what move is going to give me the most opportunities and freedom down the road? Now, fires are not all the same. Fires can range from volcanic, which is more of a Trump-style fire, to a dry heat fire, which is more of a Hillary Clinton fire. Volcanic fires wear their fieriness on their sleeves, which means you know they're a fire. They're using the raw energy of their fire to help them get what they want, whereas dry heats try to keep it inside, and that way they can use it and mask it in more subtle ways to get what they want. Their 5th trait is their spirit animal. Your spirit animal is all about how do you relate to other people and what are your best relationships grounded in? How are you connecting with other people? Now, there are 16 spirit animals, but since your spirit animal is a combination of your primary element and your secondary element, that means there's 4 possibilities since they're both fires. And those 4 possibilities are lion, dragon, jaguar, and minotaur. Hillary, we believe, is closer to a dragon, which is a fire and an air combo. Dragons are intellectually brilliant and competitive because they take their desires and then use their mental abilities to help map a course to achieve them. Trump, we believe, is probably closer to a minotaur, which is a fire-earth combo. Minotaurs are blunt, straightforward, and determined because they take their desires and combine them with their values, their principles, their sense of loyalty, and their physical abilities to achieve their goals. As president, both of these traits would do a decent job, perhaps with a slight edge to the dragon since it's using their mental facilities a little bit more, although a jaguar or a lion would have actually been better off. Your 6th trait is your soul mode, or what we call your soul style. Your soul style is basically measuring when you choose to take action out there in the world, how do you do it? What is your style of acting? And the 7 types are aggression, perseverance, passion, reserve, power, caution, and observation. Hillary's style is likely a combination of caution and reserve. Cautions are careful planners. They really don't like to take action until they have a carefully calculated plan. This is why Hillary is terrible at improv and speaking off the cuff. She wants to know what the surveys and the analysis and the demographics want her to say before she has to say anything. However, this is also why she has been able to orchestrate her campaign very masterfully. Reserves, her second style trait, have a very, very high degree of discipline. They try to never allow their emotions to play a role or their impulses to affect their actions and decisions. This is why Hillary seems so cold and unrelatable to some people, but also why she seems very in control of her stature, her presence, and her campaign. Trump's style is absolutely aggression. Aggressions love to follow their impulse. They can be dynamic, high energy, and will go all in right off the bat to get things done with maximum energy and no hesitation. They often act before they think, which is very counter to what Hillary does, which is why Trump can get himself into so much trouble, but also why he is so entertaining and magnetic to watch. At their worst, aggression types can often be belligerent and downright mean, which we've seen Trump be. One of Hillary's themes is Trump is unfit, or you can't trust his finger on the button. Both of these campaigns are using that angle. They're targeting his aggression trait down to the wire and idolizing her trait of caution, which is brilliant, like her dragon trait, and probably an effective campaign. In the case of indirect campaigning, caution is likely going to beat aggression every time because it has the time to come up with those plans. And the aggression can't have that impact on everybody at once unless he's holding a meeting or doing a town hall. However, it's my prediction that this will be flipped during the debate and the aggression will get the better of the caution. Trump's improv and no hesitation style will probably put Hillary off balance, and it's overpowering. Despite Hillary's eons of debate prep and calculation, her caution trait might not be ready for that, which is one of the reasons the debate can be really exciting. This Monday, check it out. All in all, both of these traits have pros and cons in the case of being president, so we're going to give the aggression and the caution traits a tie as well. Now the seventh and final trait is your body type. It's measuring your body type, but also your behavioral and some psychological habits. The 10 traits are represented by our solar system. So they are the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And hell yeah, we count Pluto. So we believe Hillary to be a moon type, aka a lunar body type. The moon is the planet of reflection. And lunars are naturally intellectual, creative, and abstract. They often focus on developing their intellect at the cost of their social needs with people. Now physically, their body type, lunars tend to be round and fleshy but can be extremely thin, pale and moon-faced, slow, often a recessed chin, and possibly photosensitive, influencing the pancreas and the lymphatic system. I think that's the lymph nodes. Lunars also have a digestion on an intellectual level, but less so on a physical level, which means that their health issues often can fluctuate. Psychologically, lunars are detail-oriented, sensitive, receptive, and solitary. They are more imaginative, calm, and methodical, passive, and intellectual, mathematically inclined, often have a genius mind, can be moody, introspective, willful, and depressive. We believe Trump to be a Uranian type, which is actually one of the 3 super rare body types. Uranus is the maverick planet. Uranian types have a natural drive towards fame, achievement, and sudden changes and transitions through often unique and unconventional means. The archetypal supervillain or like evil mastermind is usually a Uranian, and we can see that in Walter White, Lex Luthor, like Plankton. Now Uranians aren't always evil, but they are always unconventional, and one example of that would be Tyrion Lannister. Physically, they often have unusual body sizes, extremely large or small parts of their body, shapes, characteristics. They can be deformed, large heads, often bald, or some unusual thing or flair about their hair. The Uranian body type governs the gonads and can result in sexual deviance. It's all about this, it's instinctual movement towards something through unconventional means. And this is crazy because we all remember Marco Rubio's comments about like Donald Trump's small hands, and he acted very strange about all that stuff. And there's also weird vibes about his hair. Like, we've seen people touch his hair, but at the same time, we don't know if it was an implant or what was going on with that. We'll have to do a conspiracy video on that at some other time. But behaviorally, the Uranus planet is often independent, original, hates limitations, versatile, sensuous, good-natured, but they can be egomaniacal, fits the bill, rebellious, abnormal, and deviant. Now, as far as the body type trait goes, neither the lunar or the Uranian types are ideal for the challenges of the presidency. A Saturn or a Jupiter type would have been a much better choice. Lunars often have those health problems and are poorly suited for that much public attention, and Trump's Uranian trait means there is a small chance he could actually be an evil mastermind playing us all for suckers. However, because the Uranian type is better suited for sudden disruptions and changes, and for being unconventional, that could be incredibly useful in getting the Congress to do something. The way the political system currently is causes polarization, backroom deals, and gridlock. If Trump is an evil mastermind, he may actually be on our side, or at least he's in it for himself. In either case, this trait could help him force Congress to act and to get something done. So we have to give Trump the win for this body type trait. So our conclusion. If you've noticed, this video has nothing to do with political opinion or policy. This is purely a SoulDNA personality analysis of the two candidates. And based on the two candidates' personality traits, their SoulDNAs, we have to declare Trump the winner. Based on our analysis, his combination of 7 traits are better suited for the requirements of Commander-in-Chief. Granted that he's not actually the Uranian supervillain or a sociopath, just using this Trump facade as a mask because he thinks it'll work. If he's being legit, then his main type traits that give him the advantage over Hillary are his King trait and his Uranian trait, while holding his own on all the other trait categories. All in all, Trump is essentially this weird caricature of masculinity and bravado. All of his traits, from fire to king to aggression to dominance, emphasize one another and make him seem almost designed to present this like alpha male personality, with both the good and the bad that comes along with that. His main strengths as president would certainly be his ability to take swift, decisive, and effective action and get things done on a broad scale. He would likely keep the public in the loop on almost everything because of his desire for glory and attention. And he'd likely be more transparent than presidents in the past. His weaknesses, of course, would be his own ego desires, perhaps overly aggressive actions at times, and a thirst for glory, which may influence him to make bigger waves than a situation might call for. So there you have it. However, I do want to introduce you, my fellow Americans, to a third option. And yes, he is a serious option. As the voice of the millennials, we want to empower you, the people. And more choices equals more power. So we'd like to introduce you to Gary Johnson. His SoulDNA holds his own with Trump's and Miss Clinton's, and his personal life is very impressive as well. Give him a Google. Consider voting for the man as you would one of these two candidates. He may be the most effective option to bust open the two-party system, which, in my humble opinion, needs some good busting open. Thanks for watching, team. We hope you liked the video. We hope you liked the SoulDNA analysis. We'd love to hear your thoughts and feels in the comments below. Be sure to let us know who you want to see a SoulDNA analysis of next. For a more in-depth explanation of the SoulDNA, what it is, how it works, and how you can find yours, check out this video right here. We go in big details about it. Or you can go right to the website, take the quizzes, and find your own SoulDNA right here. Remember, they're very fun and they're also accurate. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. We will be coming out with awesome videos at all times for Millennial Media. And thanks for chilling with me, Zach Maitland, and shine on.
Millennial Media.